Hello, all. So, I wanted to talk to you all about why I was rejected from a PhD program. And I wanted to talk to you all also about what you can do if you are rejected from a PhD program. Now, the thing is that when you apply to any graduate program, but especially a PhD program or any doctoral program, you want to make sure that you have a foundation in whatever field it is that you're trying to apply to. So, for instance, in my case, I did not have a background in psychology or counseling at all. I had a bachelor's degree in sociology and I had a master's degree in human services at the time I was applying to. I was actually going through my first master's program at the time I applied to an educational psychology degree program. Now, the program that I applied to is the very program that I am in now. What I had to do was I had to go back to school and I had to get my counseling degree. I didn't want to get a master's in psychology because, I wanted to be able to get a master's degree in something that I could actually get a license. Now, if you go and get a master's degree in psychology, if the coursework matches up and you have the internship experience and all that stuff, then you could apply to be a licensed psychological associate. However, I didn't want to do that, so I went back to school and I got a degree in clinical mental health counseling. And so when I applied the second time around, then I actually got in because by that time I also had some work experience and stuff too in the field of counseling and human services and all of that stuff. So it was a whole lot easier for the people who were deciding whether or not to let me into the program. It was a lot easier for them to see a correlation between my background and the educational psychology program. And so that's what happens when you do not have a background or a foundation sometimes in something that you're trying to apply to in graduate school. They want to see that you are a good fit. And, if you do not have a background and you don't have a foundation in, let's just say, educational psychology, then they're going to wonder, well, why are they applying to this program? Because they don't have a bachelor's degree in psychology or counseling. They don't have a master's degree in that either. And so, why are they applying to this educational psychology program? They don't really consider the fact that, hey, I found out some more about this field, and so now I'm interested. They're not really concerned about that. They definitely want to see that you have a background in that, and so that you can contribute something meaningful in a PhD or doctoral program. And so I had to go back and I got my degree in counseling, and at the same time, obviously, I had some counseling experience going through practicum and internship, and so I was just really glad the second time around that I was able to get in. Now, at the same time of me being rejected from the educational psychology program, I was also applying to another program in family and consumer sciences education. It was another PhD program. And I was actually offered to come interview for that program, and I knew that I was probably going to get in there. I didn't take the interview. I wound up thinking I actually didn't want to pursue a degree in family and consumer sciences education. However, family and consumer sciences education was a lot more related to human services and sociology because these are broad fields. Family and consumer sciences education is a broad field, and so although you may be able to do many things with the degree in terms of if you have experience in this field or if you have experience in this, then perhaps a family and consumer sciences education degree may be useful to you. And you guys can look up more about what family and consumer sciences education is. I think it used to be called like home economics or something like that. But I really didn't want to do that, and I also was thinking about human development and family studies. But the thing I really wanted to do is I really wanted to get into an educational psychology program because I wanted to be able to provide counseling. I wanted to be able to do assessments and things like that. So I really wanted to get into an educational psychology program or a school psychology program. And so the thing is that if you don't have a foundation in something, if you don't have a degree in something that you're trying to apply to in terms of a doctoral program, then you may have to go back and you may have to go get another degree at the master's or specialist level, or you may have to go get some work experience that will help you to get into a doctoral program in the field that you want to get into. Um, let's just say, for instance, you want to be a psychologist, but you have a degree in like let's just say it like in my case human services. Psychology programs usually want to accept people with a foundation in school psychology now, or I'm sorry, psychology in general. Now some programs require that you actually have prerequisites in psychology. For instance, you may have to have 18 to 21 prerequisite courses, uh, 18 to 21 prerequisite hours at the bachelor's level in order to even be considered for acceptance into the psychology program. A lot of school psychology programs are like that as well. They want to see that you have a foundation in psychology. Now, also psychology programs, they will also accept social work. Like, so if you have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in social work, if you're a licensed clinical social worker, then they also look at that as a background in psychology. And so they just want to see again that you are going to be a good fit. If you want to get into a school psychology program, then you can have a background in special education. That would be a good background to have, because again, with school psychology, you're going to be dealing with a special education population more times than not. And so, yeah, I mean, when you're doing those assessments and when you're counseling and doing all of those things, it's going to either be to qualify, to help try to qualify a child for special education services, or you're going to be working with students who already receive special education services. So, special education, have a degree in special education could help you get into a master's, specialist, or a doctoral degree program in school psychology or educational psychology. A degree in social work, a clinical mental health counseling degree. It just really all depends on what a program that you're applying to. Various programs have different standards, and they have different admissions requirements. So, that's just some food for thought when you're applying to a PhD program in psychology or educational psychology. Just try to ensure that you have a background in that field when you're applying to a doctoral program, because it's going to make it a whole lot easier for them to see that, hey, this person is going to be a good fit for our program. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will be back soon with more videos. Thank you.